Hi, I'm Anna, and I'm really excited to get into the next part of the Exodus story from the Bible today. And now, just to catch you up on what we've been hearing about in the Kidspots, the sermons, and the Bible readings, I thought I'd do a super speedy catch up. So we've got the Israelites, and that's where we're up to. So this next part of the story that we're going to hear today from Exodus chapters 7 to 12 is epic. And freaky. And when things are epic and freaky in the Bible, it's always good to stop, to listen carefully to the story and learn about what it tells us about God. And in this story, let's listen especially closely to what God has power over. Moses went to Pharaoh. Moses said,
God says, "Let my people go."
But Pharaoh said,
No.
So God told Moses to tell Pharaoh,
This is how you will know that I am the Lord. The water in the Nile River will change into blood.
A river full of blood. Yuck. But Pharaoh's heart was hard. He said,
My magicians can do that.
and he would not let God's people go. Again, Moses went to Pharaoh. Moses said,
God says, "Let my people go."
But Pharaoh said,
No.
So God sent frogs. Frogs in the bedroom, frogs in the bed, frogs everywhere. But Pharaoh's heart was hard, and he said,
My magicians can make frogs appear.
and he would not let God's people go. So God turned the dust in Egypt into biting insects called gnats. Gnats buzzing and biting everywhere. Pharaoh tried to get his magicians to do the same thing with their tricks, but they couldn't. The magicians said,
This is the power of God. Only God can do that.
But Pharaoh's heart was hard, and he would not let God's people go. So God sent flies. Flies on the food, flies in people's eyes, flies everywhere. Everywhere except where the Israelites lived. God said,
I did this so that you will know that I, the Lord, am in this land.
But Pharaoh's heart became hard, and he did not let God's people go. So God made all the sheep, cows, goats, and horses that belonged to the Egyptians sick. But none of the animals that belonged to the Israelites got sick. But Pharaoh's heart was hard, and he would not let God's people go. So God made the people be covered in sores. Every man, woman, and child covered in sores on their body. But Pharaoh's heart was hard, and he would not let God's people go. Again Moses went to Pharaoh. Moses said,
God says, "Let my people go."
But Pharaoh said,
No.
So God said,
I will show you my power.
He said he would send hail, and he warned the Egyptians.
Bring all the people and animals inside so they are protected from the hail.
Some people listened and were safe, but others did not. And the hail fell on all the animals and all the people and all the crops that were outside. The hail did not fall where the Israelites lived. But Pharaoh would not let God's people go.
Will change into blood.
So God sent locusts. He blew them in with a wind from the east. The locusts ate up all the grass, all the crops, all the food. But God made Pharaoh's heart hard. God said,
I did this so I could show them my powerful miracles. Then all of you will know that I am the Lord.
And Pharaoh would not let God's people go. So God made it dark for 1, 2, 3 days. No one could see anything in Egypt, except the Israelites had light where they lived. But God made Pharaoh's heart hard, and Pharaoh would not let God's people go. Finally, God sent the most terrible plague of all. The eldest son in every Egyptian house died. At last, Pharaoh stopped pretending to be God. He listened to God and told God's people, "Go." God did this so that everyone would know that He is the Lord whose power is epic. God has power over the water, over the animals, over the wind, over the sky, over the land, even over human hearts. And it was the Lord God who saved the Israelites. He was the only one who could do it, and nothing could stop Him from doing it, on land or water or air or even human hearts. And God is the only one who can save us. We don't need saving from the Egyptians. We need saving from the problems we cause by not obeying God. We need saving from sin and death. Only God can save us. God powerfully saved the Israelites, and God powerfully saves us.